Everyone's having a good day. What's going on YouTube? Hope everyone had a great holiday season. I know it's been crazy. Oh, let me get my microphone on. It's been so crazy. I forgot how to properly get set up for everybody. Oh my gosh. Look at this craziness. Oh, not that one. My new microphone is coming in today. Didn't make it for the live, unfortunately. But next week, we're going to be professional. We're going to look good. We'll sound better. That's the ultimate goal. So I only need one just so I can get this microphone on. But yes, Facebook, I'm going to be focused mostly on YouTube. So just be ready for that. I'm going to share the link for you all so that way you have it. That way, if you really want to join in YouTube side, you can do that. Make sure ask questions. I'm going to be focusing mostly here, right here on YouTube. Hope you all are doing good. Like I said, hope everyone's doing okay. Hope everyone's safe. I know it's been absolutely craziness with this weather, especially if you live here in the Midwest. Uh, I mean, I was getting calls about people's pipes bursting, furnaces going out. That's just insane when the weather shifts like that and it just becomes this winter wonderland. We didn't really get hit with a lot of snow here in the Midwest, here in Kentucky. It just got really, really cold very, very quickly, and I don't think anyone's houses were ready for it. I've got stuff going on here at my house that we're getting worked on right now. So if I end abruptly, just understand that's what's going on. So hopefully you're doing okay. Hopefully everyone's staying healthy. I know I got family that's sick, going through some flu stuff right now. So the flu is going around. It's pretty rampant right now. So everyone just kind of be wary about that. Make sure you wash your hands. Make sure you're eating healthy. Get some exercise, and you should be okay. So let's talk about last week's market. Very, very slow, just like the previous weeks leading up to um, Christmas time. So last week in Lexington, homes closed 7. Week before there was 32. So all of these are going to be similar. Georgetown only had 4, Versailles had 3, Winchester had 2, Paris had 0, Nicholasville had 2, Richmond had 9. So it's probably rare Richmond ever out closes Lexington, but those were just homes that closed. So like they went under contract weeks ago and they just ended up closing last week. So I expected that to be real low. Homes under contract. Now that is people who are actively shopping, making offers, signing contracts. And last week, Lexington market had 17, 3 the week before, 9 the second week, 47 the first week of December. So kind of picking back up, right? That makes sense. Georgetown had 5. Week before only had 1. Second week it had 3. First week had 9. So been very, very slow month for Georgetown. And Versailles was even slower. So Versailles had 1 the week before, 0 second week, and then 4 the first week. So Versailles, they're looking for buyers. I'll just say that. I can tell you that they're looking for buyers. I'll tell you why here in a second. So Winchester had 2, which is great. 0 the week before, 1 the week before that, and 4 the first week. So again, Georgetown, Versailles, Winchester, all very, very slow. Paris had 0, 0 the week before, 0 the second week, 2 on the first week. Minimal activity going up there in Bourbon County. Nicholasville had 1, 0, 0, and then 7 the first week. So Nicholasville's going through some rough patches as well under getting homes sold. Richmond had 5, 1 last week, 1 the week before, and then 9 that first week. So I expect them to start picking up kind of the way Lexington is starting to pick up. So let's talk about active listings. There's still tons of homes on the market. Um, Lexington's got 338. The week before, they had 300. So people are starting to list their homes now. Georgetown didn't really shift that much. 243 last week, has 246 now. So, you know, and they sold some homes too. So more people are putting their homes on the market than are selling. So for everyone that says it's still a seller's market, that's just not the case right now. You got more homes than people are buying. For sales, you have 45, 40 the week before. They didn't really sell anything. So Winchester, Clark County, you had 86 last week, 83 this week. Harris, Bourbon County, you have 34 this week, 39 last week. So a few sold, probably just took off the market. Nicholasville, you're at 93, 89 last week. So not big of a shift there. Richmond had a little bit of a shift, especially since they did sell some homes. They're at 244, 227 last week. So again, they're probably they're going to be very similar to the Lexington market in that retrospect. So the homes that did sell, I know a lot didn't sell, so these numbers are going to be a little skewed as we get more into January and February, where more homes are being sold each week. These numbers will probably be a little bit more realistic and accurate. Lexington market, the homes that sold averaged 30 days on the market. It's been 21 for the entire month leading up to this week. So taking a little bit longer to sell. Georgetown, 14. The week before, though, it was at 34. The week before that, it was 10. Week one was 13. So you're probably in that 15-day to 20-day mark. Last week was probably just a weird fluke on the days on average. So Woodford County for sales, 34 days. The week before, it was 17. But, the Winchester for sales, Bourbon County, Paris, Nicholasville, those numbers are going to be skewed for this week just because of the minimal activity. So um, days on average for those don't really are not going to be consistent. And so with Richmond though, second week there were 32 days, dropped down to 18. From what I research, from what I read, Richmond's going to be close to Lexington, so 18 to 21 is probably very accurate, very close to the average homes on sold. So homes are still selling, but they're taking a minute. Again, it's more of a buyer's market than it is a seller's. Median sold price for Lexington was 260, about right. Georgetown only 4 homes sold, so it's 375. So don't read too much into that. Same thing with for sales, only 3 homes sold, 395,000. Winchester 2 homes sold, 300,000. That's a little bit better. It's probably closer to the Lexington market price range, but again, only 2 homes sold. Paris, don't have any for you. Nicholasville 257, and again, that's 2 homes, but I think that's pretty accurate. Along with Richmond at 279, I think that's about on par. So if those are your kind of your price ranges, you've got some options and you got some different areas to look at. Sold to list ratio. Remember, sold to list ratio is what you list it for versus what you get actually paid for. So if you sell it at 300,000, you get 294. You're probably close to like 95%, 97%. And Lexington market 94%. It's been between 94 and 99 this month of December. So you're not paying full price. You're getting a little bit of a deal. Same thing with every single other market. Okay. Georgetown's at 97. It's been between 97 and 99 as well. For sales, 97 and 98. So 96, 97, 98. So you're going to be right there. Winchester, 97, 99, 97, 97. So again, 97. You're going to be coming in under that list price almost every single time. Paris had nothing to show for you, but it's been between, believe it or not, 88% and 95%. So you're really getting a deal. And the fact that there's not a lot of buyers going out to Paris, that's something to check out. If you're a buyer, go check out Paris and see if it's something that you may be interested in because that's where they're looking for buyers. They need buyers. Nicholasville, right at 100% for this week, but it's been between 93 and 92 and 95. So you're really coming in. I mean, 95 was the high end for this month. I think just because we only had minimal closings is why I went to 100. But again, another area, if you're interested in not necessarily living in Lexington, but near it, Nicholasville is definitely one of those towns you need to check out. Richmond, 99%, and it's been between 94 and 96% all month. So the fact that it's at 9 homes with 99%, that's pretty impressive. But again, every single town that you go into, you're coming in under every single time. So let's talk about the important questions I've been getting. It's the same thing every week. Is it the right time to buy? Is it the right time to sell? If you're trying to sell your home, you're definitely getting closer towards that time frame where it's probably going to be easier on you. Now, the weather here does get crazy once you get into February. So having to leave your home, actually keep your home clean, showable, ready, does get a little harder in this time of the year. So something to consider, something to think about. And like I said, like I've told you the numbers. Well, this is December. Wait till we get into January, and the numbers that you see in January will be closer to what it's going to be for February, and then February it all goes up. Buyers get more active at that point during the springtime, especially if they got kids. Don't necessarily want to pull their kids out right in the middle of the year or even in the middle of the semester. So something to think about. But it's all in your time frame. If you need to sell, you need to move, let's list it. We'll tell you exactly what you need to do. We'll give you our 75-point checklist of what's going to help prepare your home. The more checks you knock off, the easier it's going to be to sell your home. So if it's the right time, if you need to go, let's get you going. We'll do everything that we can to make that easier for you. And your home could be the home that people are missing. Homes are still selling quickly. There are a few homes out there that are only lasting 2 days on the market, 3 days on the market. Okay. If you go online and you look, there's some homes, yeah, they're lasting 18, 20 days, but then there's a lot of homes that are actually lasting 3 or 4 days. Okay. They're the ones that don't need a lot of work, don't need a lot of maintenance, good neighborhoods, good areas, move in ready. They're going to sell. And if you're priced right, if you're in that ballpark, so they will sell. If you need to sell, we'll tell you exactly what we need to do to make it sell, and we'll be honest with you and tell you the truth, and we'll get your home sold. So switch over to the buyer side. If you can afford it, yes. I say this every single week. Okay. If you can afford it, yes, you need to buy. And I'll talk to you a little bit about numbers. If you're a first time home buyer, second time home buyer, whatever, it's you should do it. And you don't let the interest rate scare you away from making that purchase, especially if you're a first time home buyer. Definitely don't let that scare you. And I'll tell you why. So interest rates right at 6.7%. That's like the national average at this point. So as we move into the new year, a couple of the mortgage groups that I follow are saying it's going to drop. Great. I don't know how hard it's going to drop, but it's going to drop, is what they say. So let's talk about numbers and why you should do it now versus waiting for something to happen, something that can't be predicted. That's the real scary thing. When I talk to first time home buyers, they talk about waiting. I'm like, what are you waiting for? Well, we're gonna wait for it to drop. Like, okay, when do you know it's gonna drop? And they look at me, they're like, I don't know. Then they ask me, when's it gonna drop? And I tell them, I don't know. So you're waiting for something that no one can predict, no one can see coming, no one can look into a crystal ball and tell you it's gonna happen on this date. So be ready for it. So you're just gonna pay 100% interest on renting. And from what I'm gathering in the area, people that I talk to, rent's going up in the new year. So you're going to be paying more in rent. You're actually going to probably be paying closer to a mortgage payment, but you're renting. You're paying 100% interest. So let's talk about numbers real quick. Let's give you like a scenario. So say you could buy today a home at $250,000. Okay, homes appreciate on average since like 2000, 4% every year. That I'm going on just like the national average. It could be different in every single market, but I'm going off just the national average. So 4% in 4 years, that house is going to be closer to worth $290,000. Okay. So if you buy it today at 250, in 4 years, it's going to be worth $290,000. Okay. You're actually going to be paying off every single year on that home. And you're going to be close to 100K paying off, your overall payment, not including interest, including your initial payment. So, now your house is worth $40,000 more than what you paid it for. Okay. And you paid off $100,000, $140,000 in equity that you've earned that you won't earn in renting. So if this is your starter home, this is your first home, or this is your home to get you to the next home, most people say, 5 years is probably that safe zone of getting from that first home to the next home. You've completely wasted all this time renting at this point. So that's why it's important to get out of renting and get into this. So that way, even if this is not your dream home and this is not the home that you want to be in, we're setting you up to get you to that home, to that next home that you want to live in, that neighborhood that you want to be in with your wife or your husband, your kids, that school district. This is how we get you there. Not going to get there from going jumping from renting to that. So, and the other thing too is interest rates are going to change. They will change. We don't know what they're going to do. Okay, there's no way to predict exactly where they're going to be in the next 4 years. But say in 2 years, you get it right now closer to 6.8, and it drops to 4%, or 4.5%. I mean, that's 2% interest dip. That's thousands and thousands of dollars that you could save on payments towards your overall um, bill when it comes to your house. So that's going to drop your payments. So the house that you initially paid for, you're going to be paying for less down the road, and you're going to be paying less monthly. So think about that kind of stuff. Okay. I know it's not 3% that it was 2 years ago, or 2.5% that it was back in 2021. Um, it's going to be hard to find that kind of deal now. Okay. And odds are, if we got those interest rates today, that $250,000 house you're paying 270 for, or 280 for. So, I mean, all those people that bought those homes, I mean, I hope they plan to live there for a while. I mean, they need to be there for a while, because it's going to be a while before the market homes appreciation rates catch up to what they initially paid for. So, as long as they plan to live there for a while, they're going to be okay. So, yearly interest rates, average 30-year mortgage. I talked about it last week. We'll go over it again this week. In 2018, the average was 4.5%. 2019, it was 3.9%. In 2020, it was 3.1%. 2021 was 2.5%. And 2022, the average was actually 5.25%. So it jumped relatively quickly within 12-month time span. Okay. But also remember, the average since 1971 has been 7.71%. So we're still under the average from the last 50 years. Okay. I'm just kind of giving you kind of a picture that it will shift, it will change. Okay. Depending on what's going on with the market, going on with politics, with all that stuff. It does play a factor into this. So you don't know what it's going to do in the next uh, 4 years. I mean, we've got a huge election cycle coming up in the next 2 years, and that could completely shift the market. Okay. So just remember that. So that's why you don't want to wait. Like, you don't know what's going to happen, but you don't want to wait for it to. I mean, it could go the opposite direction. It could jump up to 9% in the next 2 or 3 years, and then you're still renting. Now you're stuck, because now you definitely don't want to pay that interest rate. If you didn't want to pay 6%, I mean, I don't understand if you're going to want to pay 9%, because now you're in a not a real fun situation. So that's why I tell people, you don't know what's going to happen. You can always refinance. You can't refinance a purchase price. You can refinance an interest rate. So that's what I always try to educate everybody on, and make sure that it's going good. How about Danville? I don't really do much about Danville, but I can definitely research some information, Deborah. If What specifically are you looking for about Danville? if you don't mind me asking. You're still staying on here because I could try to find you some info at least. I'll try to get back and forth between the questions. I've answered the big ones, but I'm trying to get used to this. Got someone. Be right back, Deb. If you're still on.
As he was tearing the other one out, I was bringing the other one in. Gotcha. They don't normally go that quick because there's always an issue. This one, not a single issue. I like it. There we go.
I turned it on for you.
Awesome. Thank you.
No problem.
Now I just gotta go down and program this furnace, and then I'll be back in and I'll turn it on.
Okay. Oh, sorry about that, everybody. I know we're kind of getting to that close to that mark where I usually shut it down. But Deb, if you're still on, try to give you some quick stats on some homes that have closed. Only 3 homes have closed right now in Danville in this past week. They're right at the 97 sold to list ratio. They're averaging about 26 days on the market. So not a lot going on right now in Danville. Let me see what we got active. You actually got wow, you got decent amount. You got 50 homes right now in Danville active. Only 3 have sold. So Deb, if you are looking in Danville, you got some options. You got tons and tons of options. Most of them, if not all of them, are single family homes as well. And you got, I'm just kind of looking at a map. A lot are centered around Center College downtown, but then there's a few that are outside the scope, which is cool. But within a 5 mile drive of the center of town, it's actually some in Junction City as well. So some good, some good things going on right now. Average days on the market for them right now that are active are 81. Okay. Median price range is about 260. The average list price is at 300. So that's again, that's Danville. And so if you guys have any other areas that I don't necessarily talk about, I do service Danville. We do work in Danville. It's just a little bit outside our range, but we will do it. We will help you find homes. And I mean, I've closed probably 2 or 3 this past year in that area. It's again, it's a drive from where we're at, especially where I'm at now. Well, like I said, I've done deals there before, help people find homes there. It's a great area. It's a beautiful area, actually. And Center College is a great school. If that, so that's where you're working. If that's where you're trying to go to school, fantastic for you. They got great school, great athletics. They do a lot of amazing things in that area. And Danville is a very cool, historic country Kentucky town. My wife and I were actually looking at moving there and living there. She fell in love with it when we went and visited. But we found Winchester, and Winchester's right there. is with it. So we're very happy where we landed. So um, I don't see any other questions. I think we'll probably wrap it up with that. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much if you tuned in and were paying attention or watching. So make sure every Friday we do this right around the 10:30 a.m. I did it a little bit early just because like I said, I got some stuff going on here at my house and I think they're about wrapped up. So I need to get off here anyways. But hope you're all having a great week so far. I know New Year's is coming up. Don't know if anyone's got crazy plans going on. I'm probably just going to be babysitting dogs and enjoying myself. I don't even know if I'm going to stay up for midnight. I get up at 5:30 a.m., 5:45 a.m. every day, do my workout and get my own kind of stuff rolling. So I mean, I've been up for 5 hours, and so I go to bed early. I mean, I'm getting old. I go to bed early. I wake up early, and that way I can get some more stuff done. But we got another video dropping later today. I want to say I do it usually at 12 o'clock. Let me see what it is. Yes, yes, and believe it or not, it is a video about Winchester. So if you are in the Winchester area, we'll be talking about Winchester. I'm going to be start over the next couple weeks, going into next month. You're going to be seeing more neighborhood tour videos, but we're going to include Georgetown for sales. You'll see some from Richmond. You'll see some from um, Winchester. Sorry, I just had a little brain tease there. So we're going to try to do more and more and more. And if you're like Deb and you're looking at places like outside of those areas, like Danville, Harrisburg, we will eventually get to those. We're going to expand our horizons every single year as we continue to grow and our channel continues to grow. We will include those areas as well. Like I said, they're a little bit of a drive, so we're not always in those areas. We're not always around those areas, but if I can, I will start to include them. I would love to do videos about Danville. I've been there, and it is an awesome town, awesome community, uh, and I'm very excited to have those opportunities. But like I said, we're expanding, and we'll get there at some point. So, if there's no any more questions, ladies and gentlemen, you guys have a great day, a great weekend. Don't party too hard tomorrow for New Year's, and I will see you all next week. Thanks, guys.